Thank you, Mohammed. We're really dealing with three issues this afternoon with regard to the state of the world from a religious and spiritual perspective. We've heard about the issue of climate change and violence, and this is the segment about health epidemics, and that's why we're dealing with the coronavirus that is so prescient right now. And often I say there are three F's to combat many of these things. One is getting the facts, which Dr. Nur Hussain, in the role of the medical perspective, can help us with in order to deal with this. Another one is the feelings, that is my purview as a psychologist. And the third one actually is to continue affection. And we've heard about love here, so that's the third solution. But in terms of feelings, similar to, as Mohammed said, having been in West Africa during Ebola and also in Hong Kong during SARS, and now with coronavirus, all of these epidemics have commonalities in psychosocial issues in two ways. One is the fears that people have and the anxiety, all the emotional reactions. Sleeplessness, not being able to eat, you're going to hear about them from a personal point of view from my student at Columbia Teachers College, Jai Wen, he's very brave to share that in a moment. So the emotional suffering with all those fears, all those anxieties, not sleeping, not eating. And the second is the stigma and the discrimination that many of the panelists have also mentioned, that like a child that I heard about the other day who is Chinese, and the other little kids in school who are pointing at the child saying, virus, virus. You know, what a terrible thing for children to do. But this is happening in the subways and in the schools and outdoors, and we must all together do something about it, as you've heard from the unity and the necessity of our working together that everybody on this panel has mentioned. And the part of that is academia. So as a faculty member from Columbia University Teachers College, I want to say how important teaching is from children, from that story that we've heard, little ones, and also in master's programs like I teach at. And I'm very proud of Teachers College because this is a message that's very relevant that has been sent around by our Vice Provost of Student Affairs and the Vice President of Diversity and Community Affairs. And I'll just, shorten it to say, as my last point, that we're committed to a community that's free from discrimination and fosters a nurturing community focused on fundamental dignity for all. I think that's a very beautiful message that came from our school. And it really, in the essence, I talk about often the 4 S's. One is no shame, no silence about any of these, no stigma, and facing the psychosocial support that we need. And so I appreciate the bravery of Jai Wen Long, who is one of my master's students at Columbia University in my class on psychology and the United Nations, who is going to share her personal story coming from China and just arriving here and how this has been affecting her. So Jai Wen.